Shalom Israel, this is Sister Anna back with another one. Today's lesson is entitled, How Should We Treat Non-Believing Parents in This Truth? This is a very serious thing, Israel, and a lot of our people are in error. And it might sound like a very light subject. Y'all probably seen it and thought it was for kids or something. No, we are in error. So I would like to go over these things because iron sharpeneth iron and bring a lot of these things out on how we're supposed to treat our parents, period. Those that are righteous and unrighteous. Let's go over the first question, and that is, what does it mean to honor our fathers and mothers? Now, when the Most High tells us to honor our parents, is he talking about wicked parents? Is he talking about wicked parents that abused you? Is he talking about messed up, lazy fathers that was never there for you or molested you, or bitter women that hit on you and treat you bad and talk down on you? Is he talking about those parents? Let's get into the word. This subject I felt was much needed because a lot of us get in this truth and we shun our parents off. And I know my father passed, and before he passed, I was telling him the truth and then going over scriptures with him. And, you know, my grandfather was a bishop. My dad was a minister. Like my whole family, they just from a line of ministers, bishops, evangelists, you know, so it just in my family. And when I started bringing things out to my father, he just cried and he said, you know what, baby girl, at the end of the day, I was just teaching people what my father taught me. But and he repented so much so that he closed down his church. And then not too long after, a few months, I say 3 or 4 months after, he ended up passing away. But when it comes to my mother, I don't know. My mom, she'll ask me questions and it becomes a debate, an argument. She jumps on my Facebook page. Any of y'all that she cursed out, I am so sorry. I've been praying for her. But, you know, should we honor these parents that are unrighteous, that are idol worshipers, that cares nothing about the Most High or keeping his laws? Should we honor them still? Let's get into Torah and find out. So back to the first question, what does it mean to honor our fathers and mothers in this truth? Period, point and blank. So Exodus 20:12 says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High your father giveth thee. Now, nowhere in Torah does the Most High honor wickedness. He does not honor wickedness, but he has set certain boundaries and guidelines that we still have to follow regarding our parents. Now, in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, honor means to regard or to treat someone with admiration and respect. Now, you're not going to find anywhere in Torah where it tells you to honor wickedness. To honor wickedness, people that do not keep the commandments, people that curse you out all the time, people that beat you up or abused you as a child, people that have abandoned you. You know, you're not going to find that. But like I said, there are still certain rules regarding our parents. Now, when he says to honor our parents, let's see what parents he is talking about. Sirach chapter 7, verse 27 through 28 says, honor thy father with thy whole heart, Forget not the sorrows of thy mother. So a good parent, they are filled with worry when it comes to their kids. They take care of their kids. They teach them the law, statutes, and commandments. These are righteous parents. Remember that thou wast begotten of them, and how canst thou recompense them the things that they have done for thee? So as you can see, brothers and sisters, he is talking about righteous parents. Righteous, not wicked parents that abandoned you, not wicked parents that taught you to sell drugs, not wicked parents that was never there for you. He's not talking about these parents. He's describing a righteous family, a righteous parenthood. Now, the next question, what kind of parents should we honor according to Torah? Proverbs 23 and 22. Hearken unto thy father that begot thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. These are parents that has been there for you, that has raised you righteously, teaching you the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And the proof is in the pudding, because look, Proverbs 23 through 24 through 25 says, the father of the righteous, the father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy of him. Why will they have joy? Because they are doing what they taught them. According to Torah, they're raising their kids, their own kids in righteousness. They're teaching them the law, statutes, and commandments, so they will have joy of their child. Verse 25, thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that bare thee shall rejoice. They're rejoicing because you're respectable. You carry yourselves well. You know the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not living your life in the world and in sin. So they're rejoicing. You don't rejoice over ignorant kids. You don't rejoice over disrespectful children. And the same with parents. You don't rejoice over disrespectful parents. You don't rejoice over idol worshipers. So as you can see, brothers and sisters, Proverbs 23 and 22 and 24 through 25 is talking about honoring righteous parents. Righteous parents. Proverbs 28 and 7 says, whosoever keepeth the law, is a wise son. But he that is a companion of riotous men shameth his father. Let's see what riotous means. Riotous means marked by or involving in public disorder. Similar is unruly, rowdy, disorderly, characterized by wild and uncontrolled behavior. This is where a lot of us sin in this truth. I know it's hard knowing the truth and trying to explain these things to your parents, and they just will not succumb to it. They will not listen. They don't have an ear to hear. They don't have an ear to research. They believe and trust and stand on Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and they will not shake it for nothing. And it gets frustrating. We might get in arguments, but we have to tame ourselves, because no matter if they are unrighteous and they don't know these laws and refuse to keep them, we still have to show respect. We cannot be popping off at the mouth and cursing them out. We can't disown them and just be like, no, I don't talk to them. We cannot do that. And there's a big sin behind it. And a lot of Israel is doing this. I hear a lot of Israel that no longer talks to their parents. My mom literally this week cursed out somebody, and this is only Tuesday. It's not even funny, but I'm just saying, you cannot rid off your parents. You cannot curse them out. You cannot lay hands on them. People in this truth fighting their parents over this truth. It ain't, no. Seek ye your own salvation. They don't want to hear dust the feet of your ground and keep it pushing. But you cannot disrespect your parents in spite of them being wicked, in spite of them doing whatever to you in the past or in the present. There is nowhere in Torah where it says that we're allowed to disrespect them. Now, you might have to distance yourself from them and love them from afar, some people say, and just check on them every once in a while, fly out and make sure that they good, make sure that their health is well and that their house is kept and they have what they need. But you cannot rid them off. You can't throw and lay hands on them. You can't curse them out. Exodus 21, and we're going to read verses 15 and 17. And verse 15 says, anyone who attacks their father or mother is to be put to death. So you cannot lay hands on your parents. It is a sin. I don't care how mad they make you, how frustrated you get. Even if they do, you need to pull them off of you the best way you can, but we are not to lay hands on our parents. Verse 17, and anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death. We cannot go off and pop off at the mouth to our parents. The Most High is saying that we will be and should be put to death for these things. So it goes to show how seriously he takes this matter.
I'm suing her today for
this
$600.
woman.
Yes, this woman.
Referring to the defendant, Miss Annie Johnson, the one who gave birth to you?
Yes.
That's the way you refer to her?
Yes, this woman.
Well, I tell you what, you won't refer to her like that anymore in this court.
Okay, well, I'll refer to her as Miss Johnson if that's okay with you.
It's fine with me, but not this woman, baby. We don't play that here. She deserves much more respect than that. Whether you realize it or not, she does. Okay, go on. Now you're going to refer to her as Miss Johnson since you don't want to say mama.
Leviticus chapter 20 verse 9 says, for everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. He hath cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him. As you can see, again, this is a very serious matter, brothers and sisters. So if you are guilty of these things, you need to repent. We always hold this over the children of our children, but we need to hold ourselves accountable for what we're doing right now to our parents. Just because they don't have the same mindset as we do, just because they did this, that, or third in the past, and it makes it hard, but it's commanded here in Torah that we cannot disrespect them. We cannot lay hands on them. We cannot curse them out. It is a sin. Proverbs 30 verses 11 and 17. It says, there is a generation that curses their father and doth not bless their mother. And I said 11 and 17, but I'm read 12 too. There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness. So we have brothers and sisters in this truth as adults that are cursing out their parents, that are talking evil of them behind their backs. And the Most High said, you're not even washed from your own filthiness. So all these things concerning parents does not only apply to the children. It proceeds and goes up as we grow as well. And we continue to honor our parents, whether they are wicked or not. We show them respect, even if we got to distance ourselves, just like I said earlier. Like I said, this is a very serious matter to the Most High. Proverbs 30 and 17 says, the eye that mocketh at his father and despiseth to obey his or her mother, the ravens of the valley shall pick out, and the young eagles shall eat at it. So the Most High does not take disrespecting our parents lightly. Whether we're children or adults, we are not dismissed from this commandment. Proverbs 28 and 24 says, he that casteth off father or mother and think he sins not, the same is partaker with an ungodly man. So we can't just stop talking to our parents. Yeah, I don't deal with them. I ain't talked to them in years. We cannot do that. It is a sin. And there's a lot of brothers and sisters in Israel that is guilty of this sin. Now let's talk about the benefits of honoring and respecting our parents, whether righteous or not. Sirach chapter 3 verses 3 through 7 says, whosoever honor his father atones for sins, and whoever glorifies his mother is like one who lays up treasure. Whosoever honors his father will be gladdened by his own children. And when he or she prays, he will be heard, or she will be heard. Verse 6 and 7. Whosoever glorifies his father will have long life, and whoever obeys the Most High will refresh his mother. He will serve his parents as his or her masters. So let's go over the benefits of respecting and obeying and being obedient to our parents. As adults too, we make an atonement for our sins. We lay up treasures. We have joy of our own children. It gives us long life. And we get all these things, and we are blessed with all these things by respecting and honoring our parents and doing them service. So it looks to me, Israel, like doing our parents service and honoring them has wonderful benefits. And we can't just talk about it, we got to be about it, according to Torah. Sirach chapter 3 verses 8 through 11 says, honor your father by word and deed, that his blessing may come upon you. For a father's blessing strengthens the house of the children, but a mother's curse uproots their foundation. Do not glorify yourself by dishonoring your father, for your father dishonor is no glory to you. The glory of one's father is one's own glory, and it is a disgrace for a children not to respect their mother. So like I said, we can't just talk about it, we got to be about it. It says honor in word and deed, but a mother's curse uproots their foundation. By disrespecting your mother, you can bring about a curse unto yourself. And it says the glory of one's father is one's own glory. And it's a disgrace for the children to disrespect their mother. I know it gets hard, Israel, especially as adults, and we learn more and more, and we just want to shed so much light on our parents. But you know what? The sad fact is that everyone is not called to be awakened. And the older generation, a lot of them aren't even going to make it because they're so stiff-necked and stuck in their ways. But teach your children and teach them by being an example to them with your own parents. And with that, I say shalom.